welcome to the Real Estate Tax Tips channel. My name is Cherry Chen, a chartered professional accountant located in Ontario, Canada. My mission is to become the Google map for hardworking Canadians seeking financial freedom. And on that path today, I have Don, my client, Don Lewis here. He's using some very different type of investment strategy, very unique, not common. So I want to have him share with you guys what he does in terms of investing in real estate. It's very unusual compared to what I do anyway. So, Don, how are you doing?
Good. Excited to be here today. Excited to be talking to you about accounting stuff and how to successfully run my business.
Enough talk about that boring accounting
that's important. It's very
stuff.
important. It's very important to run a successful business.
Yes, absolutely. So, how to minimize the amount that the CLA keep in their pocket from
and
you.
Your accountant has to be your best friend.
So, okay. So tell us what you do. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I give you a little bit of our history?
Yeah.
So my brother and I, Rick, we came from the contracting experience. We ran a contracting business for over 10 years. We used to do a lot of work for clients, renovations. So we went to school for architecture. So we have a lot of experience when it comes to construction. And then at that point, we were getting a little frustrated with having clients. So we wanted to get into the real estate stuff. So, because I think we saw Irwin's channel at one point. And we were really interested in that, so we got our first flip in Aurora, and it was we had to go in and do a little light renovation to the house. We worked for 30 days straight, 12 hours a day, and it turned out to be a great first flip, and that's when we stopped doing contracting work and really got into the real estate stuff heavily. And that was really a hard thing to do because we go from earning a consistent salary to pretty much earning nothing, and that was a hard hit. But once we were into that, that's when we started really getting more and more into properties. But again, the funds were a little low, so we had to do something called wholesaling, which is where we would go out and we'd do a lot of marketing and acquire these properties off market so we could add value to them by flipping them, buying and hold, or even just wholesaling them out to other investors that wanted to close on these properties. So yeah, that's where we are today. We're doing a lot of flipping, a lot of buying and hold, but we really started out doing a lot of wholesaling in our business.
Wow, that's quite a story.
I could go on for hours, so.
So when I first met you and Rick, the first thing that when we talk about your financial situation, you decided to make the jump from being a contractor to being a full-time real estate investor. Yeah. And I remember seeing the numbers the first couple of years, and it's not pretty at all. And so we often have to plan, how much can we really take out from the corporation and all these things. And what really triggered you, I guess, making the jump? Because you actually had a thriving contracting company before.
Yeah. It was we just needed a change. We could see the amount of value we could add to the real estate industry and the abilities and the skills that we had. And we really just wanted to put our own touch on it and be able to do our own renovations with our own abilities.
So you chose the path of being a wholesaler to start off because there's not enough cash floating around to finance a lot of purchase of the properties. So it isn't the easiest path. As far as I know, it's a lot of hard work involved.
It is a lot of hard work, yeah.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about the wholesaling process. What do you do?
Okay, so for our business, we send out about 50,000 flyers a month.
50,000?
50,000 flyers a month. We do Google ads, we do Facebook ads, and we get a lot of phone calls. We have to search through a lot of these properties. But most of the time we're buying a property that needs substantial amount of work done to it. We're not buying something that's turnkey, doesn't fit our avatar, as we call it. From that we can, with wholesaling, you take that property and then if it doesn't fit our avatar, we have a bunch of real estate investors that it may fit what they're looking for. So we can get that under contract. Help out that homeowner that wants to sell it based on their time frame, all the things that need done, and we can help another investor buy it, and we just make that connection. And it's usually just for a fee.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How many deals did you do the first year?
The first year in it, we did, I believe it was 8.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
So starting from the beginning, when you didn't know anything about wholesaling, how did you learn about all these like 50,000, dropping 50,000 flyers? It didn't start from 50,000 flyers, right?
No, that was like the first 1,000 flyers. I thought that was a lot.
Yeah.
And that was the first campaign, was the first 1,000 flyers. We didn't get anything. So we had to keep pumping more and more, and then the phone calls started coming in.
How many times did you drop flyers before you see the first phone call?
I think it was about 2 or 3 drops with Canada
that's
Post.
not
So
bad.
probably about 5,000-6,000 flyers we had to put out, and then we got a phone call.
And then how many phone calls do you need to get your first kind of
So
money-making deal?
yeah, so on average, for every 20,000 flyers, we have a deal under contract.
Oh my God, 20,000.
There's a lot of competition out there today, but that's usually our metrics that we work. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, depending on the time of the year. Right now, it's very competitive, so it's about 20,000 flyers out.
Well, I guess one of the biggest challenges that, like, you know how the real estate market is booming like crazy for the last 2 years,
Yep.
and your wholesaling business really took off last year during COVID.
Right at the start of it. We got our
Yes.
first deal in April 2020.
That's crazy. So you did so well with that this stretch of time. A lot of people out there are complaining, but you guys just keep going and keep going and keep going. How do you have that belief to keep going? Because, I mean, dropping flyers are kind of like burning cash.
Yep. But I look at it more as it's an investment in our company. Right? I look at it like stocks. If you need to invest in the stock market, you can't just put $50 and think it's going to turn to $1 million. You have to put $50 here, another $50, another $50, keep building it, because then that's going to grow over time. So we take that analogy with the flyers. The more flyers we put out, we should get more deals that come through if our marketing is successful.
Well, good for you.
Thank
you for sharing that. That's a lot of information. Thank you so much for coming in and coming to see me, and then coming on our show as well.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
that.